Happy Wednesday night, everybody. Welcome back to No Remorph. We're here every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Time. We've got myself, John, Jamie to this side over here. I think it's my right. Your left, probably on the TV screens, all that good stuff. Jason below us here, that's my brother. But every Wednesday night we're here, we're back, and we appreciate everybody coming out to join us. We just get a guest on, we sit and talk and try to have a good time. So first order of business, I guess, is to update everybody on what happens throughout the show, just so you pay attention. But at the end of every show, we do Forge Coin. There's $10 up for grabs. You can get $10 pretty much every week just for answering the trivia question. That's something Jamie comes up with all the way through the show. She'll just pick a random topic or issue or factoid, something out of there that kind of piques her interest, I guess. And if somebody guesses it, they get $10. Put it to whatever you want: hat, shirt, snake. Bank it, keep it as long as you want, does not expire. So just let us know what you'd like to use it for if you do collect some up, and we'll get you hooked up. But we have an awesome guest tonight. Well, pair of guests, I should say. Got the crew from Celtic Balls. Everybody's probably pretty familiar with them, but they've been a staple in the community for quite a few years now. Have a fantastic show of their own. Bring on guests every week, well, just about every week, and do a fantastic job. Have a lot of fun watching those guys. We might even touch on the Juicy G topic some point tonight, but who knows? Juicy G might make an appearance. We'll leave that up to Jeff, see if he's feeling like it. But it's going to be fun regardless, guys. But again, really appreciate everybody showing up for this stuff. So we're going to do that first. We're going to have Jamie kind of scroll through who's here and say hi to everybody in the audience. Blakers here every week, man. Really appreciate it. The support's awesome. Good to see you again. And Vance with Blue Zombie. Very first guest and a fantastic guy, man. Hope everything's going good for you, Vance. Thanks for coming out. We got Kike, the ambassador. He's literally everywhere. He's probably got 3 or 4 of these shows going right now and typing in every one. Appreciate Kike out here. Always, for sure. James, you've been in here every week, man. I can't thank you enough for showing up every week and showing out and giving us support. Really appreciate you being here, James. Oh, Stan the man. Another one that's been here right from the start. Got to meet Stan a while back in some of the RWO stuff, and fantastic guy. Appreciate it, Stan. And Tim, there's the folks coming back in every week. The family comes out to support us, and we love that. Appreciate it, Dad. And Mom always right behind him in the comments. They must time that together. I don't know, but thanks for coming out, Mom. And Shauna, I think you've been out once or twice, but good to see you. See you in all kinds of other lives and stuff. Appreciate the support. And we good? Are we rounding them up? Oh, we got Bailey's Royal Beauties. Appreciate that too. See them all over the place and appreciate them coming out. K Diesel said he was not going to win the trivia tonight. I'm probably going to try and hold him to that, but if he happens to slide an answer in there, we got to give him the cash, I guess. Good to see you, KD. And we got Don D. We got a little special treat for this guy. We do already know, so we're just gonna pipe that out there for him. Mr. Purple Rain, Don D. Appreciate you coming out. Banna is everywhere with the party people. She is in everything I watch anymore. And always is a good support. Talks to us on Insta and everywhere else too. RO, appreciate you too, man. You're everywhere. Love seeing you out and hanging out. Support's awesome, man. Elias, let's go. Auntie and Uncle Jeff. I did not know the relation was there. We'll have to touch on that a little bit too, and how you ran into those two characters. Good to see you though, Elias. Appreciate it. James, thanks for coming out. All City. I think we've seen you pop in once or twice, but I do catch you on all the other lives too. Good to see you. Jameel, just saw you at Keys. balls and things, but seeing you all over the place too. Thanks for coming out, Jamel, checking us out. Jason Opelt, old family friend, keeps putting up with us. He's here every week. Good to see you, Jason. Hope everything's going well, man. And we got Wiz. I haven't seen Wiz do this, but man, he got such a kick out of this ages ago. I just got one. Have to do it. That used to be his thing, and man, he would just chuckle. So that's for you, Wiz. Appreciate it. Oh, no, Raheem. Thanks for coming out, Eric. Appreciate you showing up too, man. Another one that's popping up everywhere. Nice guy. Big John Double M. That's what I got to call him now. There's so many Johns in all the different chats. It's John Double M, and anytime I see him, appreciate it though, John. Thanks for coming out. Keys sent us. Patrick, a little bit of everything. Saunders. Met Patrick a couple years ago now and saw him just in other chats, but always popping in and busy too, man. And he's right. It is a little bit of everything if you check out his stuff. Ah, Tatum's Ashley. That's a direct connection right to Celtic there. That's family right there. Heard a little bit about a trip coming up. I bet all you guys are excited. So
Yeah.
Good to see you. Appreciate it, Ashley. Casey. Good to see you, Casey. Thanks for coming out. Oh, Chris. I did not expect to see Chris in here, but
Yeah.
glad Chris made it out here. That's a little interesting. I wish we could get a view of that hat. He's always got the hat everybody's familiar with, but Chris is a great guy. Funny stuff. And where are we at, Jamie? Oh, we're getting down to tea. Holy cats, we got a lot in here tonight. Place is packed. Thanks for coming out, T. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I saw the shirt. Thanks for showing me the clip. And thanks for wearing it. Appreciate it, man.
All right. I think we're caught up.
We are caught up. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of them tonight. It's a good showing
you,
tonight.
everybody.
Appreciate everybody coming in here. But let's get to the guest. We're going to go ahead and I think Jamie said she was going to bow out. She's going to sort comments. If you guys got direct questions, wisecracks for Jeff and Angie, whatever you got, pop them in there. And Jamie's going to be sorting
later.
those.
Yep.
So let's get our guest out here. Without further ado, we will bring out Jeff and Angie.
Hey, welcome.
And there they are. I wish I had a sound effect or something for that. That was just kind of a hello.
Hello there. There's your juicy.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
That's all we're getting, huh?
That's all you're getting. Big boy.
We know Angie's got a bag full of stuff behind that desk over
bag
there.
of
She's
tricks.
yes, yep. But I think pretty well everybody in here, at least all the names I saw come through that are pretty familiar with you guys. But we're going to put you through the back history. And there's a few that don't know you, like Jason Opelt and our folks and a few other names in there that may not be familiar with you. But you guys used to be pretty well just ball pythons as far as your project. We're going to learn about how that changed, right?
Yeah, just recently it changed.
It just recently changed, probably about 3 months ago.
Okay. So how long ago did you start this journey?
We started in 2016.
Yeah.
About the time we got married.
Is when we started collecting ball pythons. And,
and then started breeding about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
About 6 years ago.
It took us. I mean, watching all the lives, watching videos. We fell into a community with TNT balls. I don't know if you guys know Todd TNT balls.
Justin from Animal House.
Animal House. Iron Dog. Chris.
Okay.
And it was a real good community. And
Gershon.
Gershon GP Snakes.
GP
Really good community. And we kind of spread our wings from there, and that's when we were like, you know what, I think we can start breeding.
We can do this. But we bought we bought hatchlings. We bought from the get-go the hatchlings and grew them up. So it took us a little
a couple
while
years
before we could start breeding, which for us was fine because it gave us the opportunity to really get to know our snakes. And that was important to us.
And the research. I mean, we wanted to know what we were doing.
Exactly.
Instead of just jumping into it and throw two snakes together. We wanted the husbandry down. We wanted from A to Z down before we got into it. And
so
we still made some purchases that were probably purchases
pretty.
that we shouldn't have made.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty. Look at that.
Yeah.
Did your meeting each other have anything to do with the snakes, or is that just a coincidence?
Did not.
Absolutely not. Actually, I was deathly afraid of snakes. And when we got together, Angie was telling me she used to be a school teacher, and at school, they would bring in the educational snakes, and Angie used to hold them, and she had pictures of them, and I say I was deathly afraid of them. I didn't want to be in contact with them. I liked looking at them behind glass.
Sure.
Beautiful creatures, and I wanted to look at them behind glass. And like I said, she used to be able to handle them, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to buy her a snake. I know she can take care of it, and I can enjoy it by looking at it. And that's how we started.
Yeah, it was
Gotcha.
a birthday gift. Yeah. So now all of our gifts, like Christmases, birthdays, anniversaries, all of them are reptile related.
Yeah.
So
we usually get each other a snake for.
I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Right.
Win-win. I mean, everybody loves that scenario.
Everybody. Yeah. I enjoy his gift. He enjoys mine. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
So when you first started looking at this, and you say you started with hatchlings and things, what is it right on the top of your mind that eventually that's where you were going with it, was to do the breeding side of it, or just keeping? Or
initially it was just hobbyist type thing. We just wanted them in aquarium type setups, bioactive type setups, and then as the more videos we watched and some of the breeding videos that we saw, that's when we decided, hey,
we could do this.
I think we can do this.
Yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, it's funny how that conversion is fairly quick, and we were very much the same way on the front end. I actually just wanted one for a pet because my son brought one home. I enjoyed having the snake, and that was it. Well, that quickly turned into, well, what can we make with my son's snake and my snake? And I mean, it was a matter of months, and you're out there buying, right? So that's pretty common.
Yeah.
Cool.
And just like everybody else, you get your first one, and then a few months down the road, you're up to 10 to 20 of them.
And then you've got an addiction. You're on Morphmarket scrolling at night.
Yeah, I used to lay in bed just on Morphmarket, and she'd be like, "Honey, are you on your porn again?"
You're on your porn again.
It's just all pictures of Juicy just scrolling. Oh man. But that's the whole thing. So did you basically start with your buying and things from that avenue, or did you do the show circuit and kind of pick up animals that way?
Our very first one was from Morphmarket.
Yep.
Yeah, the very first one was from Morphmarket.
Yeah, we've only been vending for two years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only been vending for 2 years now. Everything else was Morphmarket, and I think we sold some off of
There's our baby.
YouTube or YouTube and Instagram. But yeah, Morphmarket up until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's funny. Did you do some show things before you actually vended, or was vending like your first entry?
Our very first show, we started out at Schaumburg.
Yeah.
Like right off the gate.
Yeah, that was our first reptile show that we
actually went to. And from there we were just in love. We were like, okay, this is it's a family, and it's fun, and it's the best way for us to do this.
And then we were hitting all the, other than Daytona, we were hitting all the NARBCs. And then we were like, you know what? We need to hit some local shows. We need to support the local community here.
Yeah, support everybody at home.
Yeah. So, I mean, it took probably a year before we hit any local shows.
Yeah.
And then we started hitting local shows. And
yeah.
So
So with the shows, what would you say is a bigger benefit? The social, like, networking side of it, or the monetary, money making side for you guys?
As in vending?
Yeah.
For me, it's the social. I love to be at the shows physically, talking to people and letting them hold the snake, getting themselves familiar with what we have. That to me is the best part.
And then the monetary goes hand in hand with that. Yeah. With us being social, I mean, I don't want like tutor. We're people person. We'll stop and talk to anybody, and we pull people in, and we just start talking to them, and it could end up in a cell.
Yeah.
So the social definitely it outweighs the monetary. But even the monetary ties in with the social.
Even if it doesn't, if you're asking them what they bought from somebody else or having them show you and tell you that this is their first show and they're having a great time or anything like that, they still remember you because you engaged with them. So for us, that's part of the whole thing, the whole package.
Yeah. Now the shows beat us up though. I mean, because we don't sit down.
No.
We are up there behind the table. The only time we'll sit down and we'll take breaks, we pack lunch. We'll pack bread and like lunch meat and cheese, and we'll sit down and we'll eat a sandwich real quick, and then we pop right back up.
But we take turns, so one of us is always up and talking and available while the other one's eating, and then we'll switch out.
Yeah. You don't do the blackout curtain for lunchtime?
Right.
It's like we're going to eat blackout out.
Intermission.
Right. No, and that makes total sense. And honestly, I mean, I think you're 100% right. I mean, you cannot replace those connections that you guys are making at those shows. Whether it's a sale or not is kind of irrelevant. It's building that down the road where they're going to come to you with either a question or a purchase later. So yeah.
Right. And we've had that happen, where we get home from a show and they'll message us and they say, "Hey, you still got that snake?" And absolutely. And they'll purchase it from us.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. Your entry into the world of YouTube and your channel's done really well. And you've done a couple different versions of that with Angie, had her ladies' night.
Yeah.
You had your Celtic balls to the side of that. So you had two going for a while, but
yes.
What was your turning point on that? When did you decide we really need to do this?
Well, so really we have to, I don't want to say, our podcast is so amazing. I mean, we have fun. Just like you guys, we have fun.
Yeah, that's our whole thing. We have fun.
But we have to give credit to Gershon, GP Snakes. If it wasn't for Gershon, we probably would have never started a YouTube. We would have. Well, we had a YouTube going.
Yeah.
We would have never started a podcast.
Yeah.
And
gotcha.
And he's the one that pushed Angie really. And we came up with an idea of a female breeder interviewing other female hobbyists or breeders in the community, and he really liked that idea, and that's where we went. Gershon helped us out a lot to start that up.
They gave me 3 minutes at Tinley. 3 minutes to come up with some questions, and then he came back and he goes, "Okay, do the interview." And we did the first interview right there, and then it was on from there. It was just like, okay, I can do this.
Threw you right in there, right?
Threw me to the wolves.
Yeah. Not a bad way to go, though.
Right, exactly. Almost the best way is just push you right in the pool, because if you sit there with your toes dangling.
Exactly. It was, but I had one stipulation. The only way that I would do the podcast was if my girl Keisha would do the first show with me from Keys. And that was the only way.
Yep.
I said, if Keisha will go on with me, because I know her. We're good. She will keep me steady. She will keep me focused, and I won't get nervous with Keisha. So Keisha said, heck yeah, let's do this thing. And it was on from there. But if Keisha wouldn't have done it, I don't think I would have had a show, because I don't like to be in front of the camera. So if you see most of the videos and stuff, it's him in front of the camera, because I don't like to be in front of the camera.
But I put you in front of the camera.
He does.
Because, because I have my body shakes, my body tremors. Yeah. So sometimes my head bobs, or, if I'm holding a snake, I'm shaking and that, and a little self-conscious about it. And so, I make Angie go in front.
He throws me to the wolves.
Yeah, and T's saying there too.
Yeah, I was the one that was honored.
Yeah, he's confirming that. So that's awesome. You guys had that connection right out of the gate. And we hear it so much. I mean, I think T gave him, or someone way back gave him, that YouTube Yoda kind of moniker. And boy, I'll tell you what, I can't think of somebody that had a bigger impact in people doing this or forcing themselves to, right? So yeah, man, Gershon was an amazing guy, and as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Can't say enough good.
Yeah. And then, so then she started up her show, and and then where were we at? And I think we might have been at a Tinley, and Angie from JAR, we were all hanging out, and someone was like, you girls need to go on by yourselves and do them, like, well, I don't know, maybe call it Mom Juice Monday or something. Mondays. And that's how that show started.
Yeah. I miss doing those with her, because she just kept that crazy energy going. And so those were a lot of fun too. But you get to where you're juggling so much that something's got to give. And she was starting a new job, and we were starting to vend, and it was just, it was time to step back. But I hate it, because we had so much fun.
Yeah. And then that's when we came up with the podcast Under the Influence, because we didn't want to give up the podcasting. We wanted to still have a podcast, but we still wanted it fun. We, just off the wall stuff, grab your drinks and let's just
hang out.
Let's just shoot the shit for an hour. And
cheers to that.
Yes. And that's how we came up with the podcasting Under the Influence, and that's what we've stuck with.
Yeah, in that environment and that atmosphere, I do think it is difficult for people. I think for the majority of people, it's not natural, and it's still not natural for us. We're not camera people. But to sit in front of this, you're not with someone. You're talking to a computer screen, which is awkward to begin with. Mm-hmm. And to have an atmosphere that isn't relaxed and fun and just light really amps that up, and no reason to be that way. We're not covering politics or anything life ending. We just want to meet everybody,
So Eric,
right?
He actually had to pay therapy bills for Eric. We were talking about Juicy G earlier. Eric ended up having to go to therapy because of Juicy G, and we got we got sent the bills for it. So
okay. I won't go too far into that for either your sakes. For Eric or yours, I won't touch on that too much. But
Bosa was saying Gershon is still an awesome guy. We need him back in the hobby. 100% agree.
Absolutely. Yeah. I miss Gershon every day.
Yeah, even if he still needs to take time out from breeding and that, we would still love to have him in the. I mean, I don't think of him being out of the community. He'll never be out of the community, but we would love to have him, his face back.
Yes.
Absolutely. Bring that energy again.
We love Eric too.
Yeah. Bring that energy back in. We all need that.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
And he helped out a lot of folks. He would run that run that podcast under 1,000 podcast, and for the folks just starting out, and he would bring you on and get you FaceTime and get you comfortable to the camera and that, and I mean it was a great podcast.
Yep. Agree 100%. And the only reason we even considered some of this same thing, he did have us on under 1,000, and that experience kind of opened us up more to it. We had watched, different, more or less recorded video. We didn't watch a ton of podcasts back then, but we sure started at that point and got to see, Wiz and Keys and all these guys starting all their stuff up. And what a great time to see that go into action, and much better community than it was.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh,
yeah.
So you guys started, or we all knew you, or at least I knew you as ball python people.
Yes.
But you had a massive turn of events here recently.
We have. So our goal going into, kind of when we first started, our goal was to vend to NARBC within 5 years. And we reached that goal.
We did that.
And in some of the podcasts we would be on, they would ask us, when everything's all said and done, how many clutches would you like to have a year and all that? And initially I was 100 clutches. I kept saying I want 100 clutches a year. And then it kind of went down to 80, and you guys stayed kind of 80-ish, and then we wanted to get something else on our table other than just ball pythons. And we knew Chris with D's Exotics was moving up to Kansas City area, and he runs the Coco Dude, with the chipper and the Coco to go. And so we got with him. He met us at one of the local shows we were vending at one day. And I said, hey, we would like to be a vendor for you for Missouri for Coco to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I haven't got the stuff up here yet and all this, but when I get it up, I'll let you guys know on that. And I think a couple months went by, and
our contact was initially Chris from BNS.
From BNS, Chris from BNS actually told us that Chris was moving up here, and we were like, oh my gosh! So we got to get a hold of him. And so he contacted us. He was like, hey, I got the Coco in. Gave us whatever it would to buy a pallet and all that. So we were like, okay. Went over to his house several different times.
Yeah.
And then he came over to our house. He was like, hey, just thinking about stopping by seeing you guys. We're like, okay. What's up? And so he did. He stopped by and he looked at everything we had and see how we were running it. And then about a week later, he made the offer. He was like, look, I'm kind of going off on another adventure. He's starting a new job. And he said, I just really don't have the time to put into the ball pythons and that. And I was wondering if you guys wanted to take them over. And we were like,
we got a selling price and we got a contract, and we were like, we're in.
Yeah. So we're in a partnership with them right now. And we are buying his stock out from him. But initially I was like, well, it's just the ball pythons, right? I was like, because I don't know anything about boas. I don't know anything about bloods. And I think initially he was like, yeah.
It's just gonna be the balls. And then like 2 days later, he's like, yeah, and the bloods and the boas. Oh. And he goes, and the Gila monster.
Wow.
We're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So we set up, we rented a big Penske moving truck, and we went over there one morning and loaded everything up and brought it back over here. And it took us
36 hours straight. Yeah. We did not sleep. We unloaded. We moved racks. Yeah. Cleaned everything.
Because we had to tear the racks down because all of our snakes are up on the second floor. So we had to bring all the racks up and all. And yeah, it was an exciting time.
It was exciting. But we were exhausted.
And then that was that on a weekend? When did we do that?
That was a Thursday and a Friday. We finally finished on Saturday sometime.
And then that following Friday was hey, you got to feed all these animals. And we were like,
Oof.
shit.
all kinds of new faces and new breeds and
yes.
Oof, yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
So talk about a little bit, or if you don't mind, like your numbers before and your numbers now. Like, how did those sit?
Numbers before were 200, and now we're sitting well over 4. Plus, we've got all these babies.
Yeah, we got 14 clutches in the incubator right now. One's the first clutch is in their shed cycle right now. Yeah, so I mean, it went from 200 with hatchlings that we produced last year to over 400, and just overnight.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine doubling what you have just like that. I mean, holy cats.
Yeah,
that's
and gene wise, we were mediocre. We had some decent genes. But he upped our game.
Elevated it.
He elevated
us
it with our genes and
okay. So already had some things where you, given your options, would have went that route anyway, and it's just it's there and ready to go for you. That's crazy. What does that do for your plans now when you have that other collection to compare to? Did you totally switch lanes as to what you want to pursue, or
not really?
No, because so in the long run, our end goal was to be full-time jobs when we retired. This was our retirement cushion, and so now it's just became a full-time retirement job. I mean, instead of
second
kind of
career,
retirement.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
so it really hasn't changed anything. We did get into Tinley, so we do have Tinley tables now. We already had Dallas tables. We already had St. Louis tables.
Tinley was the big one though so that helped us in that aspect. But Chris had a lot of the stuff that we already had and was working with. So him bringing his in kind of melded with what we have. So that's going to elevate what we have to take to all those things.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're
happy. That's pretty fortunate because, I mean, you could have been offset, right? And then you end up with all these mouths to feed and you really don't have a plan for anything because everything's so different. So really, I mean, that seems like it worked out as good as it possibly could have.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but my biggest concern it wasn't the mouths. It wasn't the snakes. My biggest concern was the rat production.
Yeah.
We were producing enough rats for our 200 snakes. We weren't having to buy rats and all this, and that was my biggest concern. And Angie was like, "Honey, we got it. Don't worry about it." And so we've amped up our rat production. Plus, we used the Missouri Rattery, David.
We had met David.
Yes.
At one of the local shows, and been introduced to him, and so he's like, "Don't worry about a thing. I've got you." And so when he said something, I was like, "I'm not worried at all. David's got us covered." So
did you forget about David?
Yeah.
Did you forget about?
He's like, I didn't forget, but
when
you realize, the cost and all everything that goes with it, and I'm like, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out, and we'll worry about everything else on the end, And so far, 3 months in, knock wood.
Yeah, we're still.
The babies eat every week, and everybody's paid, and
nice.
All is going well.
Yeah,
Chris says I need some of that Mandarin hypo stuff.
So Chris was very big into the NR Mandarin, and not just the NR Mandarin, but a lot of his Mandarin is either het hypo or visual hypo.
Yeah.
And So yeah, that Mandarin hypo stuff, it's amazing. The Mandarin alone is just, if you haven't seen one in person, it's, a lot of people say, well, it's like Orange Dream, or it's it's a burnt orange. There is a distinct color to it. And it's beautiful. And I believe hypo is a, I don't want to say a must, but it's a must for Mandarin. It really brings
enhancer.
It out.
Yeah,
it does.
It's a very big key.
Yeah, 100% agree on that for sure. That was going to be part of my question too. Is like when you make that kind of jump in mouths to feed, did part of that collection come over with rats and things as well, or purely snakes?
No, so Chris was buying rats every week.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was, and he had David. David was providing for him. So yes, it came over because David came over.
Gotcha.
So the rats did.
Yep.
We took David too.
Yeah, we kidnapped David.
So in that exchange, did you get helping hands or other connections out of that? Probably, right? People that knew Chris and maybe said, "Hey, I heard you're taking Chris's stuff. Can we lend you a hand?" Was there any of that going on outside of that actual transaction?
No.
No?
It's us two.
It's us two.
Man, okay. Well,
again, I have
and David every Friday.
David comes over every Friday morning, and I pull up the rats that we've produced, and he brings in the rats that he brings, and he comes up in the snake room and he helps me feed, and he doesn't leave until the last mouth is fed.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that is pretty big.
Yeah. It's amazing. He's a huge help on Fridays. We'll throw the last rat in. He'll pack up and leave, and then I go back around and start checking all the tubs and pulling the ones that haven't eaten.
What he means is I get off work and then I come up and we go around.
Right. There's always that trade-off.
Yeah, there's always a team effort going
on. But then another, as soon as we got the collection, another wrinkle hit us. So I'm typically on day shift. I work Monday through Thursday, 6 to 4 p.m. Well, we were short-staffed, and they pulled me from my job and made me start working midnights with Thursdays off.
Yeah.
So, it was a complete wrinkle, and we fought through it, and I actually go back to my normal job Monday.
Back to Monday.
So no more night shifts for me.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
We love you too, David.
Yeah. So there's David right there, the Missouri Rattery.
Nice. Good man, David. Thanks for helping these folks out.
He's really well. He takes good care of us, and we never worry about his product because they're always clean. They're always, well fed. They're good rats.
And if you need frozen thawed, he does ship. So make sure you check him out.
For sure. Yeah, we'll definitely look that route. We don't do a ton of that. We supplement frozen thawed, but
yeah, he yelled at me last time I said that. He was like, "Look, I'm still trying to produce stuff for you guys."
Right, exactly.
Like, we're gonna get him out there, whether he wants it or not.
So you bring all these new animals in. Did you have any shock or any surprise that, hey, I really like these? I'm surprised I didn't have these earlier. Boas, bloods. Was there anything in those animals that you're pretty
a little bit of everything? Some of the stuff that was in his ball python collection, we pulled out and we were like, holy shit, if you pull this up on Morphmarket, it's like $20,000. And we're like, good God, that's in our hands now. We're actually breeding this thing.
We're doing
so some of the stuff in the ball python collection side, we were like, holy shit, quad het stuff, het monsoon stuff. We were like, wow, would we ever gotten to that level? But yeah, the bloods and the boas.
But we might have been close to 90.
Either that or 50,000 in debt, right?
Right.
Yep.
But I tell you what, the boas, boa hatchlings are assholes. And,
Are they?
Yeah.
Ball python hatchlings, you're like, yeah, whatever, Boa hatchlings,
they're out for blood.
First of all, they'll hiss and they'll open their mouth and like a spitting cobra type thing. And you're like, good God, I don't want to touch this thing, but I got to pull it out to clean its tub. Yeah. And you should say, I got like big old welder's gloves. I go in there with the hatchlings.
The funniest thing is, though, that the first time, like before we moved them, the week before, we went over to Chris's to feed. Mm-hmm. So we were doing all the feedings, and here I am just reaching in and pulling those boas out like nothing. I mean, I'm barehanded just pulling them boas out, and he's cleaning the tub and handing it back, and I'm just holding the boa. Get them over here.
And they act a fool.
Acting up.
Sounds about right. Yep.
I was like, holy cow, these are not the same. Yeah. He switched them out on us before we brought them home.
And then the bloods. So the bloods, they will give you a sign. Yeah. Their body will actually pulsate. Okay. And when they pulsate, you don't mess with them.
I've heard that, yeah.
But they say their strike is just as quick as the gaboon viper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and when they strike out, I mean, you don't even see it coming.
We're going to have Kike come tame some of our little heathens down.
Yeah, both the bloods are the sweetest.
Yeah, it's once you've had them a bit. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on those baby boas, man. Them things they're feisty, no doubt.
Yeah. Now the older ones, that you can handle the older ones, they're pretty much okay. But
I got about a month old super gravel down in the snake room that if it was boa size would definitely give them a run for their money. That thing is such a little asshole.
Really?
Oh yeah. You're holding it, it's just turning around and biting the shit out of your hand the whole time, man. Unhand me.
Yeah. Luckily enough, with the boas and the bloods, we have a couple years to get ready for their breeding. They're still,
so we can still
juveniles.
Get them handled down before then.
But we do have one boa that's gravid this year. She'll be laying a litter for us, I believe, in August. But so we get to kind of slow walk into the boas and bloods type breeding.
And then the Dominicans were not sure.
Well, yeah. So then we were at Tinley this last year. And so at Tinley is when we started bringing stuff over, because Chris vended Tinley this year, and he said, "Hey, when I'm done, you're done.
You're taking everything.
You're taking
home.
the displays,
you're
right? You're taking everything back with you." We're like, "Okay." So we go over to his booth, and it was Sunday, probably 10, 15 minutes before the show closed. He was like, "Hey, come take a walk with me." We're like, "Okay." So we go walking. He goes, "You guys see these?" We're like, they were in sterilite tubs. In totes. We're like, "No, we really didn't." He goes, "Well, what do you think about them?" And they were Dominican boas, a male and a female breeding pair. Yeah. And we're like, "Oh, those are pretty cool." He goes, "You guys want them?"
Okay, cool. You're taking
So now we're breeding Dominican boas as well.
Wow. Jeez. So when did the box full of scorpions show up?
He'll message me. He'll be like, "Hey, you need to go to FedEx Wednesday. You got a box to pick up." Okay, Chris.
Somebody owed us a snake, and we're like, "Okay."
Jeez. That is just wild. You two are brave. Yeah. You two are super brave. That is a big thing to take on.
Just about anything.
Yeah. So we're having fun with it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. It'd be a blast. It'd just be so damn much work. Like Elias said earlier, I don't know if you caught that when Jamie was scrolling it. You two are the least retired people Elias ever seen.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man.
A nephew came up for the crawfish boil, so he actually stayed here at the house. So he got to see kind of how we are in action, how everything goes. So he says he's coming back every year. So good deal.
Nice. We planned to, but we planned so many things.
You
We
know,
can't get to everything.
I think we have it scheduled for.
It's scheduled for April 26th next year. So
you
everybody
guys
put it on the calendar.
You guys put it on your calendar, and you guys show up and have fun.
That's all you do. You show up and you have a good time.
It did. We joked about it, and it sounded like a blast. And April is a great time of year. I mean, it's perfect for us. But that schedule never works, man. We plan out so far ahead, and every time something comes up, we're going to try Daytona. We're getting rooms, and we're doing all of that. But I have this gut feeling that's, you know how it goes. Something's going to crop up.
We do. We do.
But
absolutely.
Yeah. Something always pops up.
It's like
it could be something as simple as tabs on a vehicle, from what I understand. I mean,
yes. That was me.
I remember the story.
I was like, we're not going to Tinley.
Oh yeah, you were upset.
I was pouting so hard.
I was like, I am not driving this car around with expired tags. There's no way. I'm not doing it.
I'm like, it's all my bad.
Yeah, that was a good one. I wasn't going to let that slide out tonight.
Oh, heck no. I can take it.
Yeah.
You're going to be sleeping. I know. We don't have any guest rooms anymore. So Elias had to sleep down in the bar.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, how the heck did you even house double the number?
So the main level is, of course, the living room, kitchen, dining room, her office,
and our bedroom.
And then the upstairs is 2 spare bedrooms
and a
bathroom. One side is the mill and hatchling and incubators. The other side is all the females. And then down in the basement is split into 2. One side is the bar and theater. And then the other side is the rats and my lawn mowing stuff.
Yeah.
And the boas and the bloods are down
office.
In her office downstairs.
Yeah.
Good God. So I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Bosa I was going to say Bosa and BNS are on the same track as me. Both of them's like, a bar? I might be there in April if you got a bar.
Yes, a fully stocked bar.
And we've got a bartender. So.
Yeah, and a bartender.
Nice.
Yeah, our son is a bartender.
And he does. He bartends for the crawfish boil.
For the whole weekend.
Awesome. Yeah.
Elias knows he slept there, so he knows all about it.
Yeah, you got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff, guys, honestly. I mean, we got little tidbits through the Instagram and seeing some of your posts and stuff, but to actually hear your experience on it is different. I mean, that's a sweat fest. But how are you finding?
Yeah.
Right.
Favorite drinks, and Jake is amazing at making the painkiller drink.
So yeah,
how are you finding?
I wanted to go live during the crawfish boil, but I mean it's so
crazy,
so action packed. Yeah. I think Elias. I think he went live.
Yeah, and I have next year. I'm taking it easy.
Yeah, we're the
famous last words.
Yeah, they're making me kind of pull my stress level back, because I'm always worried that I want everybody fed, and if you need something to eat, I'm going to go grab it right away, and so I stress the whole time because I don't want anybody to leave hungry. And he said, next year you drove everybody crazy. You alone drove everybody crazy. So step it back and just relax. So and have fun.
Just point people to the right direction. That's all you
right.
Yes.
Right.
Have signs up on all the tables. Have arrows if you need to. And stay in one place and visit. Enjoy it. You know? Yeah. Absolutely. That would be the tendency, though. We don't host for that reason, because I'm the exact same way. I'm terrible about it. I don't sit still. I'll be literally to the next person. Hey, do you need? Can I get you that? Can I show you where this is? And it's tough.
And it's hard not to.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yep. 100%.
And
So it sounds like you got Jason talked into it.
Jason's
Good.
See, I get up like whoever arrives Friday, I make breakfast for, and then we do a dinner for whoever's there on Friday. And then Saturday I get up and make a big breakfast, and then Sunday before everybody leaves, I get up and make a huge breakfast. So if you leave our house hungry at any time, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your own damn fault. 100%.
I'd be fat every time I come back home.
Right.
We do. We love to cook. I mean, that's another passion is we love to cook.
And Kyle gets hash brown casserole every time he comes. So
Hey, you got everybody dialed in. You know all their habits and what they like.
Right.
And nice.
Yeah. And Elias, we got to feed Elias a special diet because he doesn't eat.
He can't eat pork or anything like that.
Yeah. So we.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Elias said he gained 30 pounds.
That's funny. So you were hosting too good. You got to slow down that hosting.
Slow it down, I guess.
It's fun.
It is a lot of fun, and we plan for it just so that everybody gets to come out and just have a good time. You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Except where you're going to put your head.
Yep, that's it. That's the only thing how you're to get out here and where you're to lay your head at night.
Put your head.
Yep.
Right.
If you don't mind sharing a floor or a theater seat, then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we even talked about hauling the camper, and you guys were cool with that.
Right. Yeah.
Make sure there's space, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Kyle and Ashley parked the RV in the driveway, and they stayed here all weekend, and it was just a blast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and make a point of that. That does sound like a lot of fun. I felt really bad. We had to dodge out of a lot of things this year, and just kind of is the way it happens to be. But we're going to make a point of that, put that on the calendar. Be fun to meet you guys.
Absolutely. We love it.
Yeah. So we just went over 2,500 on IG. We went over 1,500 on YouTube. And we're almost at 2,000 on TikTok. So we're actually going to be doing a giveaway.
We're going to be doing a giveaway.
And it's retail value is a $1,500 snake.
Oh,
it's a inchy desert ghost hypo. So it's a double visual desert ghost hypo. We're going to be posting this probably within this week sometime.
Yeah.
Male, female?
It's a female. She's I think 280 grams right now. Yeah. She's on our Morphmarket. If you guys want to go to our Morphmarket, look at her. She's still on the Morphmarket. But she's the Inchy Desert Ghost hypo.
She's going to be in the giveaway.
We're doing auction or not auction. Give her away.
It'll be like a little sweepstakes or it's a contest. It's a contest.
Yeah. So
nice, but keep our eyes open for that. That's good heads up.
Yeah. So we're going to be posting something on that.
Yes.
Perfect. Everybody, keep your eyes open. I know we got multiple huge eyeballs on the comments when that came out. So everybody's going to keep their eyes on the Insta. Congrats, too. Those are great numbers. That TikTok one is an odd one, isn't it? Just the quick little reels and things. Boy, you gain followers quick there.
TikTok, we were late to the game on TikTok. We were really late. We've only been on TikTok for a year. And we busted 1,000
in no time.
Yeah, within a matter of a few months, and then it's just still. I think we're sitting at 1,895 or 1,896 right now. So.
Yeah, but I mean, started way behind your other stuff, and look at those numbers already.
Yeah,
seems like they pop up quick.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and if you go live, that's where you get most of your followers is on the lives. We'll get off of live, and we'll have 50 to 60 new followers just off of the live.
Okay, I didn't know TikTok had a live option.
Yeah,
I don't do any of that. Jamie does like all of that stuff for us. I'm completely out of that scene if I can help it. I'll talk to people or I'll answer them or whatever, but I don't look into the format or do any of the none of that stuff. So
and we're not real familiar with it. You can set goals, you can collect gifts and all that, and we just hit the live button and go.
We just go and have a good time.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, That's a cool avenue. I had no idea that was even there. I knew Insta had lives. I've seen a few of those and hop in when I see them, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So a different market. Have they said what's going on with that? I know that was a big political thing.
Haven't heard any more about it.
Haven't heard any more about it.
Yeah, they passed that bill or whatever it was. They voted for it, but haven't heard any more about it.
Mm-mm.
I know a lot of people were kind of up in arms because they gain a lot from that. Whether it be advertisement or getting eyes on their product, and man, people were pretty ticked when some of that went through, which I get, but I was curious.
Let's not Eric, I love you. Let's not encourage that.
Yeah. Here we go again, Eric, stirring the pot.
Right? He's taking all that out of counseling, you got paid for that.
Yeah. We'll end up getting a bill again.
I know. You'll be up there dancing like a sorority chick, and he'll be like, "I'm in therapy."
Hey, John, there's their. I got their snake down there below.
Yeah. We'll just bring that up. Since you guys brought it up, we'll transition it over here, and we'll get that on the big screen.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the one that will be on the giveaway.
Yep.
Very nice.
Very pretty. Man, that's a great looking girl.
She's actually way prettier in person. She's absolutely gorgeous.
They always are. I mean, any of that DG Hyper stuff's crazy.
Yep.
That's a beautiful snake. Well, there you go, guys. Don't miss that when that announcement comes out.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like I said, this week we should be posting.
Yeah, this week we should be posting. We probably would have done it. Well, we'll probably still do it this weekend, but we were sitting here tonight, got a phone call from David, said, "Hey, y'all want to do a show in Springfield Saturday?" And we're like, "Oh, why the hell not?"
So we had to go book our tables.
So
gotcha.
We'll get it posted up. We'll get it posted up this weekend.
Either Friday or Sunday, Thursday, Friday or Sunday. Yeah. We'll get it posted up.
So we'll let everybody's going to be 2 or 3 weeks, and then let it go and pick the winner.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we'll double up too. I mean, when that thing pops up and it shows up, we'll spread that around too. Make sure
thank you. We appreciate
repost it.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. That's awesome. And congrats again. Those numbers are crazy good.
Thank you.
We have reached the point in time where I think I see Jamie's eyes glossing over in the background back there. They're starting to get a little sparkle, though. I think that means the hot seat is very near, guys.
Oh, no.
I think it's time for me to go to the bathroom or something.
I mean, now's your chance if you need to sneak out, because it gets pretty warm in there. But
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to get you guys set up. We're going to bring, well, she says 1 second. So, yeah, what do you guys think about that weather? That's okay. That's okay. She's almost set. But this is going to be a little different format. When we got a pair of people on the other end of the camera, we have a little bit of a weird... I know there's a name for this, but it's the first thing that comes to your mind, and we want you both to say it. There you go, word association.
So when we send a single person in, we usually let them give us a safe word. We can pull them out if it gets too bad. But you guys going in together, you have to rely on each other. So
I hope you guys have a delay on this podcast, because you never know what's coming out of my mouth.
It's totally all right. Totally all right. The safe word for the evening is juicy.
The safe word is juicy. I don't know if that's safe.
Right. No, far from safe. Yeah. But we're going with it anyway.
Safe.
That is not word association right there. Safe and juicy.
You say juicy, and I say come and
go. Right. All right, guys. Here we go. Here comes the flames.
Hello.
All right.
My chair is
getting warm.
Is it getting warm? It is warm in here.
Your buttocks burning a little bit?
It's the heat coming off of him.
Oh. All right. So if I hear juicy, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to start with Angie and do 6 questions. These are just the this or that questions, and then we'll do Jeff before we move on to the word association. So, rap or rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Meg Ryan or Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts.
Cosby Show or Married with Children?
Married with Children.
Tom Cruise or Bruce Willis?
Ooh. Can I get a different choice? Ryan Gosling.
Oh. All right.
God. Bruce Willis is a lesser.
Lesser of the two evils?
Yeah.
Cheez-It crackers or Wheat Thins?
Cheez-Its.
And logic or emotion?
Logic.
Very good. Now we're going to ask Jeff 3 of the same, but 3 different. Okay.
Shit.
Tom Cruise and Bruce Willis.
I cut that one for Jeff. Rap or rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Okay. Guacamole or salsa?
Guacamole.
Funny story or one-liner?
Funny story.
Cosby Show or Married with Children?
Married with Children.
What do you got? Crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter?
Say crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Creamy.
Okay. That's it for that round. Now I'm going to go to word association. So you guys just answer whatever comes to your mind at the same time.
Okay.
Mocking.
I didn't hear.
I didn't hear it.
Mocking.
Bird?
You said mocking? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Bird.
Thirsty.
Beer.
Beautiful.
Angie.
Aww. Popcorn.
Movies.
Movies.
Sun.
I didn't hear it.
The moon.
Oh, sun.
Yeah.
Hot. Like you.
Sweet.
And spicy.
Both of those.
Paint.
What was it?
Paint?
Paint.
Was it paint?
Yes.
Paint. Don't know how.
Music.
Music?
Yeah.
Music. Rock.
Snake.
Scared.
Love.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask 5 questions and you guys can answer however you want. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose?
Oh, Scooby-Doo.
No, Jessica Rabbit.
Fitting.
I was going to be Jessica Rabbit for Halloween. Oh, that's funny.
I think you still should.
Then I'm going to switch mine to Scooby-Doo.
Then she going to be Wilma. What's the funniest pet name you've called each other?
Mrs. Donahue.
Yeah, Mr. Donahue.
Mrs. Donahue. Yep.
Where does that come from?
I think the Southern roots.
When we first met, I started calling him Mr. Donahue. Everything was Mr. Donahue. And when I told people about him, they'd say, "But what's his first name?" And I said, "Mr." Mr.
That's
Donahue.
Awesome. That's good. If you could job shadow a superhero, who would you pick?
Probably the Hulk.
Wonder Woman.
I would probably do Wonder Woman too.
I'd job.
Well, it's because I call you Hulk. I call you Hulk, so that's a good choice.
What meal are you best at making?
Oh.
Dinner?
How about what meal are we not best at making? And that would be homemade
all
gnocchi.
of them.
Yeah, we struggle with gnocchi.
Best homemade meal though? You know what?
Probably our coconut shrimp with the pina colada dipping
that's your
sauce.
favorite.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That sounds
I like
amazing.
that one.
I don't know. I really don't know. Grilled steak, pork butt, brisket,
Mexican food of any kind.
Yeah.
turducken.
Oh, don't get me started on that turducken.
And my last question for you guys is, what would you like to be known for?
Oh, gosh.
Honest.
Yeah. Fun. Honest.
Yeah. Willing to help anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But not pushovers.
Yeah, not pushovers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take advantage of us. But we're there for anybody, any question you have.
And we'll be loyal to a fault until we're given a choice not to.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Yeah.
Now, juicy. No.
Juicy.
And juicy.
Thank you guys for coming to the hot seat.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Jamie's hot seat. That's my favorite part. I get to drink way more beer during that section.
All right.
I was squirming in my chair.
Squirming a little bit.
Yeah, and it's always fun because honestly, you can ask a ton of snake-related questions, things like that. Steven, good to see you. And you just don't really get to know people. You guys are more so that way. You're kind of open and you're fun and you're just chatty anyway. But you get some people on and that gets them to loosen up a little bit, and you get to see a little bit more about what they are and not just, hey, I like snakes, Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah. But really a good deal. We don't like to keep it too much more than an hour simply because that's how we roll. We try to keep it early on a Wednesday night. We still have to feed our snakes. Everything's down there thawing. And we do want to give you a chance to give all your shout outs, news that's coming up, stuff about you guys in particular that you'd like to get out there, or just thank someone, however you want to approach that.
First off, I want to say Monday night, 7:30 Central Time.
Yeah.
Is Podcasting Under the Influence. This Monday we have Fred and AJ with F&A Balls on. So we can't wait to interview them Monday night.
They're two of my favorite people. When we met them at Tinley, I just fell in love with them. And
then they helped us with our 500 sub giveaway.
Yes.
Yeah, 500 sub giveaway. They helped us with that. They came on live with us and helped us with that and ran the... Until
Juicy G came out and started flirting with them.
Well, they are good looking guys.
Yeah, that's a handsome duo. Yep.
But, we couldn't do this. We say this all the time. I say this all the time. We couldn't do this without the support. You see it in the chat here. We have the same. We're all in the same community. Yeah. And if these gals didn't come out every week and support us, it wouldn't be fun just sit here and talk to each other.
Yeah.
When you get the chat interaction, that's what makes the show. And we couldn't do it without every single one of you guys that come in, either hit it live or hit the replay crew. And then of course we got to shout out Gray Rider Reptiles, huge sponsor for us. If you need shed tests, you go over to see Charlie. Ship Your Reptiles. That's the only shipping company we use. We hear all the time, well, you could save money using this. We've been with Ship Your Reptiles since we started. We believe they have the best customer service. They have the best one-on-one interaction with FedEx. Plus now they're using UPS. And then the Coco dude, Chris, I mean, he's a huge supporter of us, not just with Coco, but I mean, you look at the collection that we've just brought in. I mean, he's been a huge influence to us. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, but not least, it would be Denise and Alan with Recoil Reptiles. If you need a PVC enclosure of any type, make sure you contact them. And their PVC closures are top notch. Best of the best.
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
And
what do we expect?
I'm the one that usually sits over here. This is the most talking I've done.
Yeah, we just want to give everybody that opportunity. We want it to be about you guys. The show is always about the guest, hopefully. We try not to bring our own stuff into it too much. Just our curiosity. We bring that every week, hopefully, but give you guys the floor and let you say the things you want to say, stuff you got coming up. So that's perfect. You guys did a really nice job of that. And can't thank you enough, honestly, for coming out. You guys got way plenty going on. So
we thank you. Yeah. As we said on our show, once you start doing a show, nobody ever asks you to be on their show anymore. I mean, it's like, well, you guys, you know, everybody knows you. They know what you're doing. We don't need you. Yeah. And so it was such a blessing and such a surprise that you guys reached out to us. So we really appreciate you.
Yes. Because it's fun sitting in the
on
hot
this
seat.
Side.
Yeah, it's fun. Not having to run the chat or not,
we don't pretend like we do. Yeah. Ashley runs the chat for us.
But it's nice to be able to just sit back and talk with you guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say read the comments, but I can't read the comments because they're right at that level that my old age can't do it.
Look at Elias saying he loves you.
I love my nephew. We're going to go see our sister, Maki, tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we'll be over at Maki's house tomorrow.
Maki's tomorrow.
Yeah, so.
Nice. Give her our best. Hopefully everything's coming along nice for her.
Yeah. We will. Yeah. We are actually Maki's rat suppliers. We're taking rats over and working on her enclosures and her little rack system, and so we love her. She's our sister, and we'll do anything to help her.
Yeah. So earlier when it said Auntie Angie and Uncle Jeff, and you were like, well, we need to talk. So we do. We adopt everybody. It's almost like we're the parent figures. Age-wise.
That's why.
Yeah. And, so we adopt everybody.
The Pipstalker girls, those are our daughters, and we've Chantrell and Jazz from Sacred. They're our daughters, and Vanessa and Gatsby. Yeah,
but then we come to find out Thomas with Low Life Exotics, he's like our father. Yeah, so he's our father, and then
he's not old enough to be, but
no.
He's
gotcha.
He's got us,
so that's where that comes.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and it's nice to be able to have that feeling and enough community togetherness that doesn't feel awkward or weird to relate to things that way. So that's amazing. It's always fun to see you guys too. So much appreciated. I can't say that enough times.
Thank you.
And then that Don D. Oh my God, he is like a crush. Oh, I have the biggest crush on that man right there.
Don't you be starting on Don D.
I tell you what, his skin is so soft. Oh,
we caught we caught Wiz's show the other night, and he did a really cool thing where they went back and looked at people's first YouTube videos or whatever, and Don was on there. And the funny thing to me, anyway, other than maybe he's got a little better taste in clothes now, I'd say maybe his green shirt was a little green, but other than that, he seemed exactly the same. Everybody else seemed to change quite a bit, but not Don.
Not Dundee.
Yeah. Don's awesome. We got to meet him in person this last summer.
Last summer.
And
out at Jeremy Warfels, and and we got to meet Chris.
Yeah.
From BNS
and got Kevin, everybody out there.
So many people.
Yeah. But it was a great trip.
It was a great trip.
Yeah, that one sounds fun too. I know everybody that's kind of been connected with that always rants and raves about what a good time that was too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we're going to miss this year because we're going out to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, we're going to Myrtle Beach. So.
Yeah, stuff just overlaps, man. It'd be nice to be able to get to everything, but
it does.
People understand that. They do. They get that.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's wrap it up, and we'll put you back. We're not going to let you go because we're going to hang out and still chat a little bit.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
We
are going to let the audience have their night too.
Yes.
We'll jam you in the back here. Yep. We're going to quick do a trivia question and see who gets this, and we're going to run the outro. We got lots to do yet. So what you got, Jamie? And you guys can guess back there. Nobody can hear you. Maybe you can shout out the answer. Oh. Yeah. And Jeff wins it this week. But yeah, this is a good question, really. I mean, that one could have slipped past people, but if you're paying attention, somebody will get it. Worth $10 anyway, guy. Just give a guess if you don't know. What the heck?
Did KD leave?
No, he's kind of popped in and out. He said he was on the road.
Elias got it.
Oh, Elias, nice.
Nice. Okay.
Elias got it.
Yeah.
Nephew stepping in there with the carnal knowledge. Probably heard that sitting behind the bar. But yeah, congrats, Elias. It goes to a good person, man. Appreciate you watching and paying attention. Great answer. So $10 goes on your Forge coin. Watch the banner next week. You'll be down there with the top 10 coin holders. But next week, we are doing a little bit different show with Angel Caro, somebody that I had seen. I knew the company. I knew at least the logo and that they existed. I did not know Angel at all until Nikki and Kurt from Irresistibles brought him on as a co-host every week. On Saturdays, they have Angel and themselves, and they'll bring people on or they'll just talk amongst themselves. But reached out to Angel for some of his 3D printing stuff and awesome products. Got those in and couldn't be happier with them. So it's going to be fun to touch base with him and learn about a little bit what's going on in that Pacific Northwest and how it is to work with those two characters, Nikki and Kurt, too. So tune in next week if you want to catch that one. Of course you want to catch it. What am I talking about? Everybody wants to catch it, but appreciate everybody that comes out every week. Thanks again, guys. All the support's much appreciated. Do hit the like. Do hit the subscribe. Get 3, 4, 12, 50 more people to hit the subscribe button. Better yet. But have a good Wednesday night, guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming out.
Night, guys.
Peace.